Hey everyone, Wanderbot here, and welcome to the fourth episode of the R Let's Play Podcast. Today I'm joined by Welsknight.
Hello.
BeckyMegan.
Hiya.
GoodTimesWithScar.
Heyo.
And Ector Vynk.
Hello.
Okay. And we're going to be talking about a variety of things today, but specifically we're going to be talking about channel growth and Minecraft. So, we might as well go down the list. Wells, you want to talk about yourself?
Sure, I can do that. Hey guys, Welsknight here. Those of you in the R Let's Play subreddit may know me from the How to Grow Your Channel First Few Months or the Why Minecraft is Still a Great Game to Play posts that I've done over the last couple months. I also hosted Unsucky Sunday twice over the last few months as well. And about my channel, I'm a family-friendly channel with primarily Minecraft, small variety of other games like The Escapists and whatnot. I started in September of 2014, and I actually just hit 1,000 subscribers.
All right. Becky?
Hey everyone, I'm BeckyMegan, or Becky, and I run a YouTube channel that is primarily indie games as well as Minecraft. It's some of my longest running series are Minecraft. I've been Let's Playing for the last 3 years, maybe, and I wouldn't quite call it. It's not 100% family friendly. It's family friendly-ish. And I just passed 12,700 subscribers.
Nice.
Scar?
Yeah, well, hello there, good time. Oh, wow, I messed that up. My intro that I've been saying for 3 years. I was all ready, and then I failed. Typical. Well, my name is Good Times with Scar. I run Good Times with Scar on YouTube and on Twitch. My primary focus of my channel is building, architecture, design in Minecraft. So we build primarily in survival. We've been kind of branching out a little bit in creative, and we build roller coasters, houses, and then occasionally we play other things like GTA. We're playing the game, some survival games right now. So yeah, so that's my channel. That's myself.
And then Ector?
Hello, my name is Ector Vynk. I've only just recently started YouTube, only about 2 months ago. Primarily, I'm very much Minecraft. I have a few series, survival, multiplayer, and I do a couple of other games, one of them being Super Meat Boy, which I'm just trying to finish. That's all, just trying to get to the end.
Good luck.
Yeah, it's hard. It's very hard.
I have not even attempted that one. I'll do it someday. Ugh.
Yeah, well, that's it. Yeah, just a challenge.
All right. Now, if it's not immediately obvious, I picked all four of these guys and gal. Yeah, 3 of these guys and
me.
gal. There we go. For Minecraft, specifically because, except for Becky, all of them currently do a lot of Minecraft, and Becky used to do quite a lot herself. And so, I might as well just jump right in. How do you all handle your Minecraft content? You know, survival, creative, modded, and, like, what works best for your audience? What works best for growing as a YouTube channel related to Minecraft and that sort of thing? I don't have a lot of expertise here.
Well, I'll maybe start. For kind of growing within Minecraft is kind of the question, right?
Yeah.
You know, picking something. I would say, like, at the moment, it's mods. I think Wells would probably agree with me. Most of the major kind of YouTubers at the moment are doing a lot of mods. A lot of people are searching mods. People played vanilla for years. So that's mainly like the big focus kind of, I think Minecraft's at still right now is lots of mods. Let's Play mod series, survival modded. But I feel like there's still a pretty good audience still there that enjoys the survival aspect, especially when Mojang's doing updates, which they haven't been lately. So they're going to be starting with 1.9. You'll probably see a lot more survival gameplay starting up again. So people will be starting to search again for survival 1.9, stuff like that. So that's kind of where I think Minecraft is right now. What do you think, Wells?
I think to build on that, I would agree that mods are primarily what's popular right now, at least as far as the survival Let's Play type stuff goes. I think there will always be a pretty big market for building in Minecraft because it's a creative game and people will want to know how do I make my stuff look good so that I can show it off to everybody else. But on the flip side of that, my most popular series is my vanilla single player Let's Play. And I've had a lot of people tell me that it's because nobody else is really doing vanilla Let's Plays anymore. It's all mods. So I think there's a market for you. It's really just kind of how you position it and what you want to do with it.
Yeah, I think there's definitely an audience that when they're searching for stuff. There's a big audience that look for building videos. They want to impress their friends on servers, so they, that's one thing. They'll look for some designs, get some things, and then build it to help kind of impress their friends. Some people just love the design, the building of it. That's my most popular series is survival. My survival world that I've started in 2011. So that world has been going, and that's definitely the most popular, even creative or modded, from at least my audience. There's lots of different audiences out there, but survival is still popular. I think it kind of has its ups and downs, and I think it kind of goes along with how Mojang is doing their updates.
Totally agree.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I might as well ask Ector and Wells. So you guys started Minecraft recently. Scar, you've been doing it for a while, so I'll ask about that. But how did you guys get your start? Because Wells, you mentioned that survival. A lot of people have been complimenting you for that, and Ector, you're the token small channel for today.
Yeah. Well, it's funny you should ask, because I was actually kind of a late bloomer when it comes to Minecraft. Mm-hmm. I played, I remember it coming out and going through beta and alpha, and I never touched it. And finally it came out on Xbox 360, and I was like, well, everyone says this is a great game. I better try it out. So I downloaded it, and I hated it. And I played it for about an hour, and I don't see what's so appealing about this game. The controls are terrible. I have no idea what I'm doing. And I basically just shelved it for years until I was watching YouTube videos, and I stumbled across the videos of one GoodTimesWithScar, who happens to be joining us, and I kind of developed an appreciation for it, and then I downloaded it on PC. And then I began to understand the simple beauty of Minecraft. So I kind of got started actually as a result of Scar. I drew a lot of inspirations from Scar's videos, and the survival and the building and the things like that. And in some ways, I wouldn't say that I shaped my channel after his, but I definitely have a Scar influence in my channel.
A Scar influence.
Yes, we'll just leave it at that.
Scar influence.
Yes. Hashtag Scar influence. So, what about you, Ector?
Well, mine's actually remarkably similar, because I heard about Minecraft for years, but I never had a decent enough PC to play it. And like you, I got it on 360 first, but I loved it immediately. I immediately loved it, and I started watching YouTube videos, and it annoyed me that the 360 version wasn't as good, or I didn't have as many features. So I got I finally got the PC version, and again, like you, I found GoodTimesWithScar, and that was one of the very first kind of videos I saw, and because I couldn't understand how to build properly. I was having so much issue, and then I saw one of your videos, Scar, and you were doing scaffolding. I was like, oh my god, my mind is blown. Of course, scaffolding makes so much sense now. And and it just kind of grew from there. You just watch more and more YouTube videos, and just why wouldn't I want to, start a world myself and do the videos? The videos are kind of almost an afterthought for me. Just I kind of wanted to create a world, and the video seemed like a good way of going about that. If that makes sense.
Yeah. And I guess Scar, Megan, seeing as you two are the more veteran Minecraft Let's Players, how did you guys even get into guys? Probably go with gender neutral here. I'm not used to ladies.
Humans.
Yes.
Humans.
Political correctness.
Or robots.
How do you flesh bags? How did you two flesh bags get into Minecraft? There we go.
Megan, do you want to go first?
Well, see, that was a while ago, so my memory is a little iffy of how I actually started playing. But I believe it was like a lot of people I was watching YouTube videos. I have memories of very, very old YouTube videos that I'd watched of people playing Minecraft, but I don't think necessarily any of them are what got me into it. I think it was hearing a lot about the game and then seeing videos of people playing it. I'm like, oh, this looks kind of cool. So I got the game. And then a few months later, I was much more into YouTube than I was when I first started playing. And I was watching, I remember I was watching some, what's his name? Uber Hackster Nova. So that's Nova. Yeah, got it. Nailed it. And I was watching some of his videos, and as a what was I, 15? As a 15-year-old child, I thought that was the funniest thing on the planet. And I really wanted to try. So my sister had an account at this point as well. I was using my laptop, and my sister was using my parents' computer, and we started doing some videos together. And my laptop maxed out at a solid 8 frames per second when I was recording, which was great. So those are some of the first videos on my channel that are now private. And I guess that's how I started. And, I did survival maps I did survival maps. I didn't do mods. I just did maps for a while.
All right. And Scar?
Yeah, so I'm trying to think back. So I think my channel started with Call of Duty. I was originally going to be a Call of Duty guy back in 2011. That's what I was pretty much playing all the time with Minecraft. I started playing Minecraft in 2010, I guess. It was after the C Nanders video, the notorious video he made of Minecraft to kind of show the world Minecraft. I remember him saying something like, and the way you get away from zombies, you just dig into the ground. And just like, I thought that was the coolest thing, like to get away from hostile creatures, like you change the environment. And then I started thinking of things like that I could build. And back then you had to buy Minecraft through PayPal, something like that. It was when Notch, he was pretty much the only guy there in Sweden. And I remember thinking that. Like, yeah, who is this guy? And, where's my money going to end up going? But then, you pull the trigger and your money gets converted into Swedish dollars. And then, ever since then, I've been playing Minecraft. I started the channel, like I said, in 2011. And I started with Call of Duty. And it took me about 6 months to save up for ScreenFlow, because at the time I was on a Mac to record Minecraft. So I was having limited success with Call of Duty. But then once I was able to start recording Minecraft, one of the things I wanted to focus on was building. I wanted to do a Let's Play, but not just kind of like, walk around, build a little farm here or something. I wanted to build something where the Let's Play was focused on buildings, like large scale building. And from there, I started to start a world called Scarland. And then that's been going on strong since then with lots of different, worlds and series attached to that. But Scarland's been always a staple of the channel. That's a little bit about how I got started.
Is all of your building stuff purely in survival? Are you actually getting all the resources for that, or is it sneaky creative stuff here and there?
No, Scarland, you can see all the little places in it where I've completely taken out a sand biome, a desert, where all the sand's been excavated, massive. There's about I think there's 20 mines, but there's only 3 of them that I haven't covered over. A building's not sitting on top of them now, but yes, all survival in Scarland. And then I've started to make a creative world, a separate world. It's Scar World. So yeah, I love Disneyland. So I just kind of replaced, Disney with Scar. And so those are my, Scar World, it's kind of bigger scale creative. And then smaller survival is Scarland. So yeah, the creative and the survival are separate worlds. And survival is my favorite. Survival is definitely my favorite because, you feel a little more accomplished when you finish a project. When you finish a big build, you say, I know where I got these materials. I know I went down here and got that. I died by a creeper trying to get these, and you feel a little more accomplished when you've retrieved all those materials yourself. So survival is definitely my favorite.
I guess speaking of a little bit off script, seeing as you mentioned creeper blowing you up, for all of you guys, is there anything that specifically happened while throughout your entire time playing Minecraft that stands out to you as the single funniest moment or craziest moment?
I had a Twitch stream. I don't have the archive anymore because Twitch decided to delete all that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I hate that.
And I was gone for a couple months, and I missed the saving, and it was a whole disaster. But anyway, I was terraforming around my fishing cabin, and it was on stream, and I fell through into my cave down below where the boathouse is. And I land down. I'm like, oh, like 1 heart left. I turn around and he's just staring right at me, a creeper. It blows me up, blows up the entire like redstone boat launch thing I had. Just completely like this whole thing of like falling through the ground, like about 30 or 40 blocks down into my cave. And then there's a creeper just right there. It's just right there, right where I fall. And then, just completely doing in my build there. But that was probably one of my best moments in Scarland because it was just a great like reaction of the whole thing. I wish I had that recording.
Oh. Anyone else?
I guess I can go. I've got Scar and I play on a server together called StudTech, which is a modded server, and I was doing a live stream on StudTech, and the base that I originally built there was an island in the sky. I built like a sky base, and then the fastest way down was to jump and land in a giant lake pond type thing below. And I was live streaming, and I was like, oh, I need to go get some more stuff, so let me just come down. We'll just ride the waterfall down and land in the pond. And needless to say, I missed the pond and kind of went splat on the ground. And keeping in mind that I'm a family-friendly stream, it was a very interesting moment because I was trying so hard not to say something or do something that would not be appropriate for my audience, shall we say. So apparently my face was priceless. But that's the one that probably stands out to the most to me just because of the audience reaction. I think that's something you get on Twitch that you don't necessarily get on YouTube.
Definitely. Yeah. I watched that too. It was funny.
I guess it's my turn. I'd say I know I'm missing some because I don't have that great of a memory, but I know my sister and I were playing. We were doing Mo Creatures, and we were making essentially what was a petting zoo, except it wasn't really a petting zoo because we kind of had like bears and stuff, but whatever. We called it petting zoo. But there was a monster or an enemy of some sort coming towards us. And being that we're not particularly good at researching things, we didn't actually look up what he could do. But we found out very quickly that he can pick up blocks and throw them at us.
Oh, I hate those things.
Yeah. So it was destroying like a ton of the area around like we were in sort of like a valley. Like there was some woods and then some mountains and stuff. But just the pure and utter panic of her, she's in a separate room than I, and her and I yelling at each other because we're trying to like move all the animals somewhere else. And I think we probably had 5 or 6 rabbits at that point. So just like yelling at each other, I got the rabbit, I got this, like, because they all had names, obviously, because it's a petting zoo, so they need names. So it's like, I got Cinnamon. Have you seen like Blackie? No, I haven't seen him. Have you seen Cold Face? It's like, no. That was very stressful about 20 minutes or so.
Nice.
I think one of mine recently. I recently joined the V for Vanilla server, which is an SMP survival server, and they don't have health regen, so it's like UHC mode. So you've got to kind of have health potions or anything like that. And I'd only done 1 episode. And someone on Skype said, my now friend Potsy said, I've just unleashed a wither, and he's killed me. He's killed me. I've never done it before, and it's all gone wrong. Can someone help? So I was like, yeah, I'll come on and help. And the server in the tab screen has a death counter. So I was only on like 2 deaths already, But so we went to help. We got all geared up. And the wither absolutely obliterated us, and he was over a lava stream. I'd eaten a notch apple, and I couldn't get to him. It was just a total disaster, and I ended up having to leave him behind. I'd gone up to like 22 deaths. It was just like a massacre, and I was like, I have to go now. I have to go now. I'm really sorry that I was not able to help you. So he had to kind of just wait around for other people to help him out. But yeah, that was a bit of a disaster, but good fun anyway.
Do those things despawn, or do they just last forever if you don't kill them?
They last forever.
Oh boy.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. I guess one of the main questions that a lot of people ask as far as Minecraft goes, just to get back on topic, is like, how do you promote your Minecraft content? Because I mean, there's a huge number of people, I guess, like Scar, but that kind of sit on top of the SEO rankings. How do you guys get around that? And Scar, you can talk about this too, seeing as you've been largely successful promoting your stuff. Is it like just purely SEO, description, tag titling, clever advertising, that kind of stuff?
I probably, when people ask me, hey Scar, can we get some tips? I usually tell them like, well, let's not do what I did, because a lot of the stuff I did originally was wrong. So I tell them, so just like, don't usually do what I did, because most of the time it was wrong. Originally, yeah, you got to focus on titles and descriptions. Tags to a lesser extent, at least I've found nowadays, because the search algorithm has changed so many times. It's hard to remember way back when it was one way, and is it a different way now? Because it's always seems to be changing, or at least it's been that way, for at least the current form, for a little while now. But originally, my titles were super awesome build. I don't even think I had Minecraft in there. But the day that I changed my titles and I named it Minecraft building, the day I added awesome into the tag is the day my channel actually changed, and I started to gain more subscribers by moving up into the ranks of the search results. But this was back in 2011, so there was less content out there. But yeah, titles are very important to your channel to organize them in the right way. Where Minecraft, how to build, if it's a real tutorial based thing, block by block, make sure you add these particular things to it. In your descriptions, it's a good way to make sure you write a little paragraph, just a little something in there about what you're doing, how you're doing it, because that's a big thing, is the description. Sometimes they're overlooked. Try to put what you're writing, like I write, well, hello, the Good Times with Scar here, bringing you a build on how to build, something along that lines. Be up at the front. For videos that you want to be higher up in the search. If it's just a standard video, because you want to make videos sometimes that are for your audience, and sometimes you make videos for reaching out a bit. So something that people are searching for, your audience will still like this, but this video will get out there a little more. You want to put a lot of effort into your tags, your descriptions, and stuff like that. Just make sure you don't put any tags in your description. No tags, just a paragraph. This is what I'm doing. Here's my good stuff. Here's my social stuff. No tags. You don't want to go back to 400 videos 3 years from now and have to remove all those. It will take you days.
But keywords, you want to work in keywords, but using complete sentences in the description. That's one thing that I've talked with a lot of people about. And as far as this question goes, I did a write-up a couple months ago about why Minecraft is still a good game to play, despite the fact that when you do a search on YouTube for Minecraft, it returns 60 million results or whatever it is. It's probably, bar none, the most popular game on YouTube, at least as far as number of videos goes. So what you need to do if you're going to be promoting a YouTube video for Minecraft as a smaller channel, you need to target a specific thing within the giant that is Minecraft. Because if you break Minecraft up into smaller things like survival, creative, mini games, etc., then the number of other videos diminishes quite considerably. A lot of what we hear in the Let's Play subreddit about tags and descriptions and stuff like that, you actually have to pretty much completely ignore. Because what a lot of people say is for your tags, you want to use things like, I don't know, Call of Duty gameplay, Call of Duty Let's Play, Call of Duty walks, all these, basically the name of the game and then game, the name of the game, gameplay, etc. But if you do that with Minecraft, you won't get anywhere. So instead you want to say, how to build a modern house, because the number of submissions for Minecraft modern house are way less than, Minecraft gameplay. So with Minecraft, at least from my experience, is you have to target a very small niche within Minecraft, and then you can still get reasonably ranked search results. You can still get videos on the first page for Greek temple or building tutorials or whatever it may be.
Yeah, that's really that's perfect. Yeah, the tags you mentioned, like walkthrough, playthrough, stuff like that. So if you're doing other gameplay where maybe a smaller indie game where doing those types of tags might be beneficial for that game, doing that for Minecraft's not going to be. You got to target those tags to be specific to what you're doing. So how to build a house, how to build a living room, boil it all the way down to how to make a chair, yeah. So, you got to make sure you're very specific with your description or tags and stuff like that with Minecraft videos. Like you said, there's 60 some million videos out there, and targeting particular groups too. That was another important part you said is Minecraft's huge, but there's communities built into Minecraft. So there's the mini games, there's the survival, there's building, there's the art group. Like there's a huge group of people on Minecraft to just do artwork, paintings, different things like that. So yeah, I like how you said that, how there's particular communities in there, and you're able to target those. Once you break down the big old Minecraft, there's lots of little communities that are still open for lots of new people to join.
Mm-hmm.
I guess not exactly in the same vein, but I know Becky, you what was it, Viva Visor years ago interviewed you about like paid advertisements.
Yeah.
I might as well ask about that, seeing as it's kind of on the same topic. And you're actually the only person I know who's ever done this. Weirdly enough, as the moderator of our Let's Play, you're the only person I actually know who's done that, done paid advertisements and then actually kept with Let's Playing. So, like, how did that factor in to everything? Did it actually have?
Like, it had a pretty decent effect. I think the residual effects of it may have helped as well to keep the video. Like, obviously, I'm not doing it currently, but I did it a while ago. I think I had it for about 3 months because I had one of those. I'm sure lots of people have seen them before. Google AdWords will give out $100 coupons or whatever, essentially. So I put in $30 of my own money. And then for being a new account holder or whatever, Google AdWords put in another $100 on top of that. So essentially I had $130 of funding to do advertising. And I did 4 series, which are currently all my top 4 series I've ever run. I did my Minecraft Comes Alive, which is still bar none my most popular series I've done. I did Galacticraft, which is right under that. I did my Petting Zoo series, which is the 3rd down, and then I did my Candy Craft series, which is 4th down. But for $130, I can't remember honestly how many views I got from it. But the most important part, and I mentioned it in the old interview that I did, was a lot of people when they think of buying Google AdWords advertising, they think of the videos that come up before you watch a YouTube video, which is an option. You can do that. But for me, that didn't sound like it would work at all for a Let's Play. So instead, I chose to do a search ranking one, which essentially you're buying, I guess, the top spot, on all Google searches, which is generally, I think it still is. I'm going to quickly check something. I believe it still comes up as like a yellow writing or whatever when you watch a YouTube video. It's like sponsored video. And that's where my videos had the chance of coming up. Because obviously Google implements an algorithm, so your video is not the first one that comes up every single time. Yeah, it still looks like that. But so my video would come up at the top of that list, and it said a little thing that said ad or whatever. And I think it worked really well. I had standard, like you can check to see how long like somebody viewed it, and you can check to see how many views. Obviously you couldn't check how many subscribers, but I did, like, I noticed that I seemed to be gaining more subscribers when I was running it, because a lot of people were asking me when I had first did it if it was like essentially buying views or buying subscribers, and it was like, well, not really. The person's still selecting my video and they're watching it and choosing to subscribe. I think it was something like 50% of viewers watch 75% of my video or something like that.
Wow.
So yeah, which was really good. But it's, you know, you're not buying subscribers because it's still a person deciding to subscribe to your video. It's still a person deciding, of all the videos currently on my homepage right now, I'm going to go watch that one. So it worked out really well for me. And I always praised it because I thought it definitely helped. And I was never quite sure why nobody else really attempted it, because it's not even like that expensive, really. I think it works out to about a penny a view, but since like Google runs so many campaigns that you can get $100 free, Google's essentially telling you, yo, I'm going to give you like a couple hundred, that like I'm going to give you 1,000 views for free.
Okay.
I didn't know about that. That's interesting. I knew, not into that amount of detail. That's interesting.
Yeah. That's something I've been meaning to look into, but I guess the reason for like a lot of us that we haven't looked into it is, I mean, effectively up until you even hit, say, 1,000 subs, 40,000 views a month, you're really not making a whole lot of money from YouTube. So the whole paying more to maybe get more out of it is scary for most people, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's just it. I didn't run the campaign till I had made enough money from YouTube at that point that like it evened out. Like the $30 I put into it, I had made back from YouTube at that point. Like I wasn't anywhere near the subscriber or view counts that I peaked at, or the subscriber counts that I'm at now. But I just remember thinking like, basically I'm reinvesting in my own little company. So why wouldn't I do that?
Not a bad plan, actually. Yeah,
Oh.
I've been meaning
Smart.
to do that. I just put all my YouTube money back into buying more games.
Or microphones.
Yeah, oh. God, I hope this thing doesn't break. It's expensive. I don't want to have to buy another one.
Yeah.
Actually, I might as well ask this. I don't think I've asked this before about hardware, but what kind of like recording setups do you guys use for Minecraft? Like, what kind of microphone? What kind of recording program? That sort of thing.
That's a
Streaming
good question. Stream is a whole nother deal. Yeah, that's a good question, because that's a number one question I ever get is, what microphone or what screen recorder do you use? That's a big one. And when somebody's just setting up their setup, I find that most people kind of overlook the microphone. They kind of think that, oh, I can kind of get by with this or that. I think that you should spend the majority of your money when you're setting up a setup on the microphone. When I originally started, I started with a broken Bluetooth PlayStation headset, and I had to hold it in front of my mouth. It didn't work out. Then I moved on to my broken blue or white earbuds. One ear was broken, so I just cut that ear off, and I had in my ear. And then eventually, once I kind of upgraded to a nicer microphone, and we talked about earlier, the little bit better, search, the better tagging and things. That's when my channel really took off. I think people noticed, oh, it's a little more professional, a little more regular in content, nicer sounding. So make sure when you're setting up your stuff, microphone is huge, because that's most of the thing. They're listening to you. You got to sound decent to them. And a lot of people sometimes kind of forget that, especially the environment around you and stuff like that. Make sure things are quiet. For equipment that I use a Blue Yeti microphone. A boom arm is kind of a luxury item eventually, down the road you get, but it kind of really does help out.
Yeah.
And then for Minecraft, if you were to be a console player, some type of like an Elgato, something like that is needed to transfer, the footage from your PlayStation or your Xbox to your computer. And then for recording, if you're on a Mac, ScreenFlow works well. It's a little bit expensive. And if you're on a PC, you have many, many more options for screen recording. You have your Fraps, your DxTory, I believe it's called. You have Open Broadcast software, which I've been using since I got my PC. It's free, so that's always good. And that's been working really well, recording in 60 FPS, and it's been looking really well since I started using that. Then when you think about streaming, that's a little bit harder, because you're playing the game and you're sending it off to Twitch to be transcoded and things. So you need to make sure you have a decent computer to do that. Trying to think of any other equipment, but what are some of your guys' setups? Oh, a second monitor.
Oh
Second
yeah,
monitor.
if you're going to be streaming, second monitor is,
It is so
absolutely
helpful.
essential, and even
Mine comes
for
in
just
tomorrow.
recording. Oh, I
It is
I
so
have
nice.
I have a jerry rigged second monitor. I've got a nice 23-inch Asus monitor that I've had for, I don't know, basically since I got my gaming desktop. But I didn't have a second one, so I actually have a TV that I got from my wife, or that actually my wife owned before we started dating and got married. That's like a 15-inch Polaroid piece of junk with this like a broken stand and stuff, and that's my second monitor at the moment, but it works, and that's the important thing. As far as microphone goes, I use a CAD U37, which is kind of a budget microphone, like the Blue Snowball. It runs about $45, and it's not a bad mic for the money. It's actually a very good mic for the money. I use Marillus Action for recording, which runs about $30. Before that, I was using a free piece of software called Loilo Game Recorder, which is so simple that it's pretty much idiot proof, which is what I liked about it. I've used OBS, but my computer doesn't like OBS. I can use it just fine for streaming, but as soon as I try to do an actual recording with it, my computer basically laughs at me. So I was using Loilo, and then I eventually switched to Marillus. But other than that, I mean, basically decent microphone, boom arm, and any number of recording softwares, and that's what you really need to get started. As far as if you want your content to be, reasonably, watchable. Microphone, definitely the most important part. I would agree with Scar on that one.
Yeah, and a computer that can handle the screen recording. That's important too.
Yeah.
Microphone, and then you do have to have a reasonably spec'd PC to Minecraft's not going to be super intensive, but you're recording of it, so you're also recording and you're playing, and then eventually you're going to have to edit and render that out in a timely manner. So a decent computer and a nice microphone is it can be expensive. Doing this stuff can be very, very expensive, but you don't have to go crazy to start out. Just reasonable.
Yeah, well, and the other thing to note too is that you don't necessarily need a super beefy computer, depending on the games that you're playing.
Yeah.
If you want to do pretty basic games like The Escapists is one that I'm doing right now, a lot of those simpler, less computer intensive games, you might be able to get away with a lesser gaming computer. Mm-hmm. Another thing that I do that I don't know if anyone else does this, or at least not anyone else that I know of, I actually render all of my computers on my laptop, or all of my videos, I should say, on my laptop. So my laptop is my rendering computer, and then my desktop is used for all the actual gaming and recording. And that way, when I am rendering, I don't have to basically let my computer go into paperweight mode for a couple hours. And that's part of the reason that I'm able to put out as much content as I do, is because my computer is still free even when I'm rendering a video, and that's such a time-consuming thing.
Yeah, it is. I have that issue. I have to kind of just not really do much with my computer when I'm rendering.
Why not render while you sleep? That's what I do.
I upload when I sleep.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I do. Yeah, I've done that.
Fair enough. I've got decent enough internet, so I can just upload the moment I wake up, and say it takes maybe half an hour to get a video out. Well, it's half an hour for one video, and then half an hour for the next. Yada yada yada. Oh right. Is Canadian internet that much worse? Yeah, it is. Isn't it?
Boo.
Yeah.
Boo.
I remember hearing about that from somebody.
Why do I
Probably
keep
me.
hearing that? I keep hearing Canadians got, kind of awful internet. Why is that?
It's a really big country, and all of our internet is run by our phone companies.
Yeah.
It's
So like America, but worse.
basically.
Yeah.
Oh, that's too bad.
Also,
Yeah.
it's minorly my fault because I live in the middle of freaking nowhere. But
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just on the border of good. I'm like just right on the border of good internet. Like if I went just a block over, it'd just be all over.
All right. I guess apart from that, I wanted to ask this, seeing as Wells has been talking about family friendliness. and I know, Becky, you said you weren't as much, but like, if you guys don't mind checking, what's your overall like channel age demographics if you go to your analytics page? Like average age, majority, whatever.
I'm assuming lifetime.
Yeah, why not?
By the way, since nobody asked me, I have an AT2020. No, I don't have an AT2020. I have an AT2100 as my mic.
Okay, I was looking at that one. Is it, how much did that one run you?
I think it's equivalent. I think it's about the same price as a Snowball. I'm going to go check.
Okay.
I know I got mine when it was on sale, but, you know.
And that's USB interface?
Yes.
That's USB, yeah.
It has USB and XLR inputs.
Oh, that's nice to have that option.
I don't use the XLR. It's currently $78 Canadian.
Wow, that's not bad at all.
Oh, I have a Blue Yeti as well. That's what I went for.
Yeah, that's what I got.
Yeah.
I know the subreddit specifically likes to circle jerk over Blue, and a lot of people are like, you know, Blue isn't actually that good. And it's like, but I really like mine.
I really like mine.
They're good, but I think they get a little bit more hype than they deserve. Because like a Blue Yeti is a great mic, but an AT2020 is in the same price range and is also an excellent mic. You know, same with the Snowball. Snowball's a great mic. The CAD U37 is also an awesome mic, but it's $20 less. You know, and it's not that Blue mics are bad. It's just that I think people hype them up a little bit too much because everyone who they see seems to have used a Blue Yeti at some point.
Yeah.
And you know, there's not a whole lot of focus on those other varieties. But going back to demographics, looking at my demographics, the majority of my views and subscribers and whatnot are in the age range of 18 to 24. The second highest group is 25 to 34. And then 13 to 17 and 35 to 44 are essentially tied.
Wow.
So
just pretty much mirrored mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine too, pretty much.
Yeah, my 18 to 24 is I think it's pretty much the same. My 25 to 34 and 13 to 17 are pretty much the same. Like, I can't really distinguish the difference between those two. They are just like right there. And then just a little bit lower is 35, and then of course it goes down, and then it peaks at 65. Like, it kind of brings it back up. 65 is holding up the lead there.
My 18 to I'm just going based off my the United States, because everyone else sort of has like way less views comparatively. But for the US, I have a peak at 18 to 24, and my 13 to 17, 25 to 34, and 35 to 44 are all basically the same.
Okay.
What's the male to female ratio?
Mine?
Yeah,
Mine's 51.
What are some of you guys?
I'm at 79% male and 21% female.
Oh, Vector, you didn't go for your demographics. Sorry.
No, I was just going to say I'm so young a channel. There's not enough data to report. That's what it said. That's embarrassing, isn't it?
Well, you know, now I think actually now that I'm thinking about it, I don't think I got anything notable for demographics until 4 months in, 5 months in. I want to say I didn't really have. It was like I had them there, but it was like, 100% male. They're all this one person that's actually showing up in our system. And it took at least 3 or 4 months for me to even see anything.
That's for sure. With demographics, you need a lot of views to actually be able to tell anything out of it.
Yeah.
And don't ever feel bad that you're the small fish in the pond. I mean, Scar's been doing this since, 2011?
Yes.
Becky's been doing it since, 2012?
Somewhere around there.
Yeah. Wells has been doing it most recently in comparison now is 2013. So just because you're new and smaller is never a bad thing. That's actually why I wanted you here.
No, I was in 2013. I was 2014.
You were 2014. My bad.
Yeah.
See, I think it's still 2014. I'm living in the past right now. That's our problem.
Yeah, I started 6 months ago. But it wasn't until within the last 2 months that things really started, that I started to kind of gain that traction and stuff started happening and going up. And I think there's a lot of different reasons which we will probably talk about later. But
one thing I have noticed is there's a lot more females watching than there was back in 2011. Like my was like 5%. It's 25% now. So there's just the diversity, especially in Minecraft, is huge nowadays. Back in the early days in 2010,
you're right.
it was like college guys playing it who were tired of Call of Duty. Modern Warfare 2 was horrendous at that time, and all these guys kind of switched over to play Minecraft till the next Call of Duty release. And then over the next year or so, the demographics just changed like crazy. It's interesting to see that, and it's cool to have such a variety of different people watching it. Get a lot of different perspectives.
Depressingly, I'm at 7% female watching. I'm a very apparently misogynist channel. I don't even know.
It's okay, guys. I got them all. I have 55% female and 55% female, 45% male. Come at me, bros. What?
I've always kind of wondered if the world is so politically correct now that I'm turning that female demographic away by starting every video with, "Hey guys, Welsknight here." That's always just kind of been a question that's been in the back of my mind.
I doubt it. You're just not very appealing.
So. That's probably true. I'm a scary and very off-putting character.
I've had somebody say, I said guys in a video, and somebody said, "I'm not a guy, stop saying that" once. And I don't think I've said it again. I don't know. I don't know if I've intentionally not said it, but I remember that comment for sure.
I know if I'm trying to refer to anybody specifically or like a group of people specifically. So for, referring to you four, I will say guys, regardless of whether or not it's gender correct. But I know I begin all of my videos and even this podcast with "Hey everyone," which is, I guess, my non-specific referral to a much larger group of people. It's weird. Language is weird.
I go with guys. Yeah. FYI.
I think guys are fine. Like that. I think it's commonly known that that's just kind of, "Hey everybody."
Yeah. I don't know if any of you guys saw Geek Remix's video, and I specifically wanted to bring this up when she wasn't around, considering she's been on the last 2 out of the last 3 podcasts. But so she did a whole like video thing talking about like gender demographics, and like female channels, male channels, and stuff like that. It was actually really interesting because 90% of the guy channels, weren't even close to even a 75-25 ratio. Is much closer to what I have, somewhere between what Wells has and what I have. Whereas the female channels almost invariably had a 50-50 mix, with the one exception of the guy that did the Sims videos, who had I think it was a 55-45, but the opposite of what Becky has. That actually really depends on what kind of content you produce too, which is, I mean, it kind of makes sense. Like, I do 90% indie games, and I wouldn't be surprised if that's slightly a little bit more male dominated, just because mainstream. I don't know. That sounds wrong to me, but I don't want to sound sexist here, but that's just observation.
It all depends on like what kind of content you're making. Like, a lot of my content, I have the benefit of I'm playing very female-friendly games. Like, they're games that girls will typically watch more of, and I'm a girl playing them. So invariably, that would draw more of a female audience than a channel that played more masculine games, more traditionally masculine games, and was a masculine person, like the person playing them. So I don't think it's that shocking.
And I think it also, personality can be a big part. I think that's just what I think sometimes, certain personalities, different demographics will kind of go towards too.
And I guess to kind of reel us back in for a little bit more for the Minecraft thing, I'm trying to keep us kind of on script, seeing as there's a lot of stuff to get through. Multiplayer stuff. I know Scar and Wells, you guys are on a server together. I know Becky used to do a lot of UHCs. How does multiplayer content factor into your channel? And is it I will admit I don't really watch any of you guys. But do you actually include a lot of multiplayer Minecraft stuff, or is it mostly just kind of for funsies with other people?
Note to self: do another UHC sometime soon.
I'm going to be on one on Saturday if you'd like to join.
I might. I really do enjoy UHCs.
We can talk about it on Skype afterwards.
Guys, I'm gonna do another UHC.
That would be fun. That would be fun. I think I try to keep a nice mix. I've got, let's see, of my 8 ongoing series, 3 of them are multiplayer. And one of them's the one I do with Scar. One of them's the server that Seneca put out in our Let's Play a couple weeks back. And then one of them is with my wife. And that one's just kind of for funsies. The one with the wife. We basically just get to derp around for 20 minutes at a time. But the other ones are very much about producing content, but at the same time, they're also very much about networking and building relationships with other content creators, which I think is a very, very important thing, especially when you're a small channel like I am. Perfect example, because I play on a server with Scar, I was able to call in a favor for my 1,000 subscriber special and have Good Times with Scar, who sits at 160,000 subscribers, be in my little 1,000 subscriber special, which is not something that most YouTubers would have the opportunity to do. So I look at multiplayer Minecraft content as a way sometimes to have fun and produce good content, but I also look at it very heavily as a way to network and build relationships with other content creators.
Yeah, that makes sense.
For those videos, do you actually like include the other YouTubers in the videos, or is it mostly just like you on the same server doing things kind of in parallel and like looking at their stuff in the distance?
Depends on the video. Okay. There are some videos where we'll be off doing our own thing, and then there'll be some videos where we'll come together and, you know, do something together. It really just depends on the video.
Okay. Let's see. And I guess, Ector, do you do any multiplayer stuff?
Or yeah, well, the server, the V for Vanilla server that I just joined, the no regen one, is that's a multiplayer server, and I got invited from that because one of the guys on it, he saw a post that I did on Reddit on our Minecraft, and he kind of just ended up seeing my videos and kind of invited me over. So it's just nice because my other series were single player, because, you know, I was just started, so I didn't really have any kind of real contacts, but I was kind of fine doing that. So doing the multiplayer now is just nice because you're not on your own, you know. It's just nice. Even if you don't have other people in your video, it's just nice to be able to walk somewhere and all of a sudden there's a building there that you didn't build. And it's just, you know, it's nice. And if you're recording at the time as well, it's just a genuine kind of reaction as well, which is great, I think.
Okay. Yeah, again, things that I do not know about, but I guess as far as like group content, none of you have like specifically StudTech's only been going on for what, couple of months now, if even?
Yeah, about 2 months, 3 months.
Yeah, okay. I want to say it was. I know that I remember getting the offer to join over Christmas because I was in Illinois visiting relatives, and you guys had been going for a couple weeks before I was actually invited to join you.
Yeah, it took me a second to remember. Yeah, it started about November. Latest November that Stud set that up.
Okay.
And that's definitely my first time ever really networking with anybody on YouTube. I'm like the hermit of YouTube. Like there's smaller channels that are well more known than I am, that I just kind of sit over here and do my own thing, to kind of the peril of maybe my growth of my channel. So in 2013, I really wanted to try to branch out a little more and try to meet other people and try to meet some people, like go to some convention stuff and try to, you know, set up a server eventually. And I was happy when Stud wanted to set one up and I wanted to join. And yeah, I think it's very important to network with people. And especially if you're in Minecraft, setting up a group, you see lots of groups of like the bigger guys. That's a big reason a lot of them just exploded, because they were all in kind of a group. And they could all kind of promote each other as they would kind of grow. I'm kind of a loner, so I just kind of sit here and do my own thing and kind of had a slow growth. But networking is very important. It's something that I didn't do much of until very recently.
Okay. I guess kind of speaking on that, seeing as you were mentioning the whole like group growing together thing, and especially for you, Scar, seeing as you're a fairly large YouTuber, this is a common problem like people will talk about with like sub for sub or people being in other people's comments advertising. Do you have to deal with that much, or is it kind of?
I've had to deal with that very, very little.
Really?
Yeah, I could look through. Well, I have like an expiration date of comments that I won't go back a week. If a video's been up a week, I won't go back to that video because that's when the riffraff kind of flow in and leave a lot of kind of negative comments. I mainly look at comments just to see what my subscribers are saying in the first week, and past that, I don't look. If I have gone back, I was looking for some like hater type comments to laugh with my brother with, and then I saw a few, but in the original push of subscribers watching the video as it goes up, I don't get any at all. I really haven't seen any, especially in that first week. I don't know about videos past that, but that's not a great way to advertise yourself. That's just kind of handicapping yourself going forward. Is people that will see an advertisement, say on a big channel, you see just thousands of those comments, and they're all the same. They're all copied and pasted off of just one guy must have written, I'm a small, that standard comment. And then people go to the channel and hate on your videos because you did that. I've seen that so many times where people, tried to advertise with good intentions of trying to grow their channel, but getting people that you don't want to see your videos. That's a big thing. There's some people you don't want to see your videos, and those people going to your videos are going there just to, dislike because you were advertising on maybe their favorite channel, and they know that content creator doesn't like them to do that. So that's an important thing.
Yeah, and there's a much better way to go around it too. If you look on YouTube, the name of my channel is Welsknight Gaming, which makes it very clear if you see the name of my channel that I am a gaming channel, which means that if I leave a comment on if I leave a comment on Scar's video and I say, man, Scar, this was a great video and I really liked the build, and leave it at that, anyone who sees my comment is still going to know that I have a channel and that I exist, but it's not done in such a way that's spammy and annoying and makes you look bad. So there's a way to go about doing it, but just spamming the comment section on other people's videos is not that way.
Yeah, leaving a comment related to the video, even asking a question, you might stir some interest by other people reading the comments. They might reply, and then maybe, like you said, you have gaming in your channel. Maybe they'll go to your channel, and that's a viewer that you want to. Maybe they're interested in your content, whereas you don't want to attract negative people into your space. I've also found one other thing is starting to have a little bit bigger of a channel is commenting on other people's videos that aren't, maybe a Wells or a Stud part of our server, but people always assume you're advertising. Just, even if you leave a comment, saying great video or something like that. So that's always the thing so I don't really post too many comments anymore, just because people always assume I'm somehow advertising, because sometimes my channel will show up higher up on the comments, unfortunately. So I don't post much on anyone else's videos anymore because of that.
Okay. I guess kind of in the same boat, seeing as you guys are on a group server together, and I mean, Becky, you can field this one too because you had a lot of like UHC stuff.
Yes.
How many people have like ever kind of approached you to try and, I'm not gonna say, well, I guess it's feed off of your successes, but like they see you're doing a UHC and it's like, hey, can I be on the next one, regardless of whether or not they're, I guess this includes fans too. Like how many times you get, like, do you have to deal with fans or other smaller YouTubers trying to kind of enter into your YouTube space?
I think I'll go for this one first. I will record or do collaborations with a lot of very small YouTubers that I'm friends with, just because like I know how exciting it was for me when I was very small, and a friend of mine that I had met on a chat room, basically, he had 26,000 subscribers at the time, and he invited me and another guy who had a very similar sub count to me at the time to do to work on his server for a bit. And I remember how excited I was. So generally I try to field out the offers, but you get a lot of people asking to be on videos, who maybe don't have the equipment, or they don't actually want to be a Let's Play channel, or they're barely trying and like they've been at it for maybe a week and they're like, hey, can I do it with you? And I always used to feel extremely bad, especially when I first started, when I had to be like, no, the way you're asking me is unprofessional. You're not like, you should try to be friends with me first. Like, I'm really open to like having people that I'm friends with or that I know on like Skype and stuff come onto my videos, but just like sort of leaving me a comment saying, hey, can I come on your video next week? It's like, what are you really expecting?
Yeah, but I know what you mean.
But I think it's the same with, and this is why like big YouTubers never pretty much collaborate with smaller people, is because it gives people the impression that, hey, that, I've done many Let's Plays with a friend of mine who only had maybe 20 subscribers because somebody couldn't be bothered to put any effort into his channel ever, but it let people think, hey, she collaborates with this guy who has 20 subscribers. I have 20 subscribers. Maybe she'll collaborate with me, except not realizing that asking somebody through a YouTube comment or an unsolicited email is really not the best way to go about it. And it makes, after a while, you kind of become jaded. Like whenever somebody would email me like, hey, I really like your videos. They're really great. I like this and this and this. You get to the point where it's like, oh, cool, thanks. Okay, what do you want to do? What do you want? Right?
Mm-hmm.
There's always that catch at the end.
Exactly.
And I'll go next. I ended up on Stud Tech, the server with Scar and then Stud, who is unfortunately not with us. We actually probably could have asked him. But anyway, Stud is also a reasonably good sized channel. He's at about 40,000 now. And the way that I got on Stud Tech totally breaks everything that you've been told about how to not get a collaboration. I basically asked, and I just straight up asked, and it was terrible. But there's a way to go about doing it. At the time, Scar was streaming, and Stud was in the chat section. And I had been watching the videos, and I said, hey, Stud, are you still looking for people to add to Stud Tech? And he said, well, yeah, I am. And then he and I started talking on Twitter, and eventually he looked at my channel and liked what he saw, and the rest is history. But the key there is that if you're going to ask for a collaboration with someone, whether they're much larger than you or even much smaller than you, you want to develop a dialogue first before you get into, can I be in your video, or do you want to do a video with me, or something like that. It's about building that relationship and getting a dialogue going. Even now, I'm at 1,000 subscribers, and I've still had 5 or 6 offers just today of people saying, can I be in your video? Can I play on this server? Do you want to do a collaboration together? Stuff like that. But there's no pre-existing dialogue there. It's just like a cold call. You hear in like telemarketing about cold calling people, hey, answer the phone so I can try and sell you this product. That's the same basic principle. And that's not the way to go about doing it. You want to get that dialogue going first.
Mm-hmm. That's very true.
I guess. Let's see, I'm trying to think of like a way I can factor that in with Ector. I guess, Ector, how did you even become a part of the V for vanilla?
Vanilla.
Thing?
One of the things that I found has been quite good for me so far is the R Minecraft subreddit, and just putting like some builds up there, but not the actual videos, because that does not work well. But just putting up a photo album of a build or two, and kind of explaining, and then at the end just putting a link to your channel saying, if you'd like to watch, there it is. And that's someone saw it and said, we kind of quite like your videos, I've been watching for a bit, and that, like Well said, we just had a chat, and I said, what, I had a look at their videos, and I was like, yeah, this is great. But even I got one the other day that was, he was asking to do a series of 7 strangers or something that didn't know each other, but we'd all film our footage and then send it all to him, and then he would edit it and upload it on his channel. Yeah. And I was like, wow, that's great. Yeah, that sounds brilliant. Sign me up, please. So like, you know, I think, yeah, it seems rife, because I think if I get stuff like that, then, you know, bigger channels must be overflown with them. But yeah, for me, it was just I just did some posts on Reddit and kind of just got a bit noticed, tiny bit noticed.
To build off of that, this is not exactly on the script. Yes, I have sort of a script here for those of you listening to this, but I guess our Minecraft, I really don't have much dealings with it. I've just heard it's like you know, they don't really like people posting videos. Go figure. They get flooded otherwise. Yeah. Do you guys like have any dealing with that? I know I saw Wells, you had a turkey submitted there, and that was about it. Is that place like generally? Oh, it looks like there are a couple of things here and there that you've specifically posted that have done well. But I've heard generally the community's pretty violent against posting videos and stuff like that.
Go ahead, Becky.
Well, I was going to say, I've been on there a lot, not so much posting, but more as a lurker. What always goes over really, really well is if you post like a GIF of like a clip from like, say, a stream, but you just post a GIF of a funny bit, and then in the comments you go, hey, my video's over here, or a picture of a build, and then like he was saying earlier, you put in the comments like, hey, here's a video of how I built this, etc. What they dislike is straight, here's my video.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's very, yeah.
I would say that our Minecraft is very much like the majority of Reddit, honestly. You know, if you go about, they just don't like link dumping. Like there was a turkey, you mentioned the turkey. For Thanksgiving, I built a turkey. I took a screenshot of it and I said, happy Thanksgiving, have a turkey. And that got upvoted to the very first page. If I had posted it in video form, it would have been downvoted to oblivion. That's just kind of the way that our Minecraft works. You can't post your videos themselves. You need to post an image or a GIF, like Becky was saying, and then include in the comments, you know, here's a link to the video if you want to watch it. And then it actually has some chance of success, but it's still somewhat fickle, just like the rest of Reddit, honestly.
Okay. Yeah, I generally avoid trying to post on Reddit myself, just because I almost got shadow banned by indie gaming. I've never really considered our Minecraft as like a good place to post. Let's see. I guess apart from Minecraft, like I know Scar, you've got Prison Architect in the Forest. Becky, you've got all sorts of things now because you seem to be breaking away. And Welsk, you've got Lord of the Rings Online and Pokemon. Like, are those kind of your main things that you want to do apart from Minecraft? Is Minecraft like going to be your consistent thing for the rest of your channel for however long that lasts? Presumably forever or whatever. I guess kind of open-ended there, but how do you guys integrate games that aren't Minecraft into your channels?
Poorly.
Oh, poorly.
Sorry, that was a bit darker than I was hoping for.
Who wants to go first?
You guys are so polite. I have to point this out. Like, all the previous podcasts is everybody shouting over each other, and you're all patiently waiting. Weird.
Well, sometimes I talk to hear the sound of my own voice, and I feel I just don't want to drone on for 5 minutes when Becky wants to say something. So
No, don't worry. I will. Guys, I do Let's Plays. Obviously, I enjoy hearing my own voice, and I don't care about anybody else's. I'm going to go first again.
Go for it.
Shit. Okay. What was the question?
Games that aren't Minecraft, how do you integrate them into your channel? I guess you're a super special case on that one.
Yeah, well, I'm going to tell you right now, everyone listening, how to kill your channel really quickly. You cancel your 4 most popular series within about 2 weeks of each other. In my defense, I was moving away from my sister, so I had to cancel 2 off the bat. 1 I really hated and didn't want to do it anymore. And the other just kind of got cycled into the mix. But I don't want to really say I stopped doing Minecraft because I haven't. I was actually just looking like last night on some new mods to do. I guess I just sort of my problem was the people I always collabed with, because I always really enjoyed Minecraft more when I could collab with people. One sec. Okay. My sister just messaged me. She's like, I miss you. we're having a bit of a problem right now. But essentially, like, I always liked Minecraft more when I could play with other people. So I liked it when I could play with my sister and when I could play with a couple of my friends. But the problem was around the summer when I stopped doing as much Minecraft content is obviously I went to college, so I had to move away from my sister. The friends that I used to record with all moved, so they're sort of in like time zones that really can't like get together anymore. Like one of my friends is now on a 12-hour time difference than me.
Ooh. So
there's not really a lot of time when you can record with each other anymore. So essentially that's sort of why I stopped doing Minecraft, because I enjoy doing it by myself, but it's a lot more fun when you have other people around. So as far as integrating other games, I was trying to find other games that I could do that I would find enjoyable to do by myself, which by the looks of my recent videos hasn't gone over too well, because my last like 6 series were when my sister came to visit for a week. Ooh. So we did a bunch then. But as I think the best thing with Minecraft channels, if you want to integrate other games, indie games go over really well, and indie sort of cartoonish roguelikes almost go over really well too.
It looks like survival games, specifically Don't Starve, did particularly well on your channel, following Minecraft.
Yes, Don't Starve did really well. For a completely different reason, I think Animal Crossing did really well, but I think because I'm one of the only people that had a video that did that. What else went really well? Banished went over pretty well, which is another sort of survival game-ish.
So addicting.
So good.
So
7 Days to Die went really well, but I think if you think of a game and the first sort of thing that you think is, it's kind of Minecraft-like, got that building survival thing, then it's probably going to go over just as well on your channel.
Yeah, okay. And that's what I look for as well. Is I want to make it very clear while my channel is still fairly small that it's not just a Minecraft channel and that I do play other games beyond Minecraft, but the majority of my audience is there for Minecraft. So I'm trying to branch out into other games that incorporate some elements of Minecraft, like sandbox, survival, maybe the indie aspect, whatever it may be. I'm doing like The Escapists, started Subnautica a little while ago. I've pretty much gotten rid of Pokemon because screw Nintendo.
Yeah,
I don't want to even, let's not even get into that. But I mean, it's one of those things where you can certainly branch out into other games, but you need to be aware of what your audience is looking for. And people will say, play what you want to play, but at the same time, I'd rather play a game that I enjoy and that my audience also enjoys versus a game that I enjoy and my audience hates. So there's a lot of games out there, and you just got to kind of find the ones that fit your channel and go from there.
And I think everyone here would agree that a lot of Minecraft people like to watch just Minecraft. They're very fickle, which is really annoying.
Very loyal.
And I'll be honest, that's about all that I watch. As far as there's a handful of other games that I watch, but I'm not watching it for the game. I'm watching it for the person.
I was the same way. For the longest time, I would only watch Minecraft content.
Yeah, I've found that trying to incorporate new games after being an established Minecrafter, or I think for anybody, even back in the day when it was purely Call of Duty channels, those guys trying to branch away from Call of Duty was a big deal. A lot of them, Call of Duty is not what it once was back in the day. So those people have some of them were successful and been able to move on to new games, and then some of them weren't. I think with my channel in particular, I try to, like you guys have said, it's funny, you guys said the exact same thing, is try to find survival games. That's a big thing, like The Forest. People kind of see the building aspect and they're like, oh, I kind of like that. It takes sometimes the subscribers a little while to get used to a series. So if it's not Minecraft, it might get terrible views the first few episodes, but if you start being regular with that content, they start watching and they might start liking it. Most of the videos I've uploaded, it's usually like, Scar, is there going to be a Minecraft video maybe a little later today? And it's like, no, this is what I've got today. And it's like, oh, okay. But yeah, they're very loyal and they want Minecraft. But I think another thing is to try to work with your audience is to try to make it so your audience is there to see what you're doing, not so much what the video is. So they want to see your personality while you play. So I think that's something I've been trying to work on, and I'm starting to see it a little bit where people are starting to be a little more open to different types of videos because they're interested in seeing like me like goofing up in the forest or something like that. Like they kind of want to see that. They want to see like the personality a little more than the gameplay. I think that's like a key thing with your channel is to try to, number one, your subscribers are there to see your personality and then the game. That's kind of like I think the golden thing in a lot of channels, especially a lot of people are trying to mix up their variety a lot lately and try to make sure your audience is there for you and not always just for that particular game that you're playing.
And to build on that too, you mentioned that you have people saying, Scar, when's the next Minecraft video?
Is it a little later today, maybe?
Yeah, exactly. You know, I don't actually have that problem myself because I'm slightly insane and I put out 2 videos every single day. So I've got one Minecraft video going out every day and then one video that's something else, whether it be Lord of the Rings Online, The Escapists, you know, whatever it may be. I think Mondays I actually have 2 Minecraft videos, but every other day it's one Minecraft, one something else. So I'm still able to keep that consistency. I don't have people saying, hey, where's the Minecraft stuff? Are you getting rid of Minecraft? You know, we need more Minecraft. I don't get that because they still have their Minecraft. It comes out every single day. But then there's something else too on top of that, which allows me to branch out into other games without people making a huge fuss about it. They can see that I'm not abandoning Minecraft. I'm just doing other stuff too.
Yeah, that's what I was doing.
Yeah.
That's what I was doing when I was first starting to sort of move away from doing Minecraft and I had time, is I was doing 2 videos a day, one Minecraft and then one something else.
Yeah, I'd like to be able to do that. I haven't really got the time yet to do that, so I kind of have to stagger it a bit more. But the main reason I wanted to do like the Super Meat Boy was just because I literally just would like to be able to say I finished that game. And that, you know, that's it. I would really like to be able to say I finished that game. So I thought I might as well, you know, record it because it doesn't, you know, I can just do like it in short 20-minute bursts. Whereas Minecraft, obviously, especially survival, you have to kind of do the grindy stuff. So I literally I can't do that every day yet. I just don't have the time, which is a shame. But you know, maybe I'll build up to it at some point.
That's exactly right where I'm at, where I can't add another Minecraft video to the week. The last Scarland video took 5 hours to record. So I can't make another one. Like I just don't have the physical ability to do that. So I try to incorporate, you know, like you said, like perfect. Add maybe a few Let's Plays that you just kind of hit record. You kind of make some jokes. You have fun playing the game, and then you're done. Those are good kind of filler. It fill in some of the extra days with those. That's what I've been trying to do maybe with Prison Architect. Because I just can't add another survival episode in the week.
Okay. I guess to ask about this, I guess Scar, for example, you're a fairly large YouTuber. Do you actually do this full time, or do you have like school, or what else do you do with your time?
I'm in a kind of an interesting situation. My full-time job is my health. I have a neuromuscular disease that kind of prevents me from doing anything really else. I found kind of very, very lucky that I can do this, and I can't hold a job. I can't go to school right now. This is being in a wheelchair and stuff like that. It prevents me from doing pretty much about everything but play video games. Like that's something that I can do. And then making a channel and actually being productive doing this, that's kind of where I am. Like my full-time job is my health, maintaining that every day. And then YouTube is kind of a side hobby that's could potentially become kind of a career.
Okay.
So that's kind of my position where I'm at.
Okay, yeah, I was going to ask about that, and I didn't know if it was a touchy subject.
No, it's definitely not. I originally started my channel probably almost 2 years without ever mentioning it. And then when my health kind of consumed me in 2012, or that was about a year or so, then I started bringing it up because I was gone. Like I was just gone for like a month when I was in the hospital, and people were like, "Where's Scar? Where'd he go? Is he done?" And then so then I thought, you know what, I probably should try to let people know. And it's a good way because it's some people can relate, and then it's a lot of people have kind of maybe in the similar situation, and then they can kind of see me do this, and then they've kind of got inspired to do it themselves. So yeah, so it's try to be personal with your audience that does good stuff. Yeah,
that is actually really cool. I know actually the only Twitch streamer I follow is sort of not exactly in a similar situation. No Hands Ken, who I think broke his back a while back, but uses like a mouth device to stream like Diablo and World of Warcraft and stuff like that. And I don't know, that's about the closest I come to that, but I still think it's awesome that YouTube and Twitch streaming and whatever actually provides you with stuff. I'm sure you'd be fine without it, but
yeah, it just it gives me something to do and something to kind of feel productive and getting something done.
Yeah. So for the other three, you guys are all students, right?
No, I'm not.
My professors would probably say no.
Okay. So, Ector, do you work like a full-time job or something?
Yeah, I kind of have like part-time jobs that I kind of dip in and out of when I can and when I need to. So I kind of do it around that. Basically, that's what I can do. So I'm self-employed basically for one job and not so much for the other.
Okay. I guess seeing as that's similar enough. So I know, Wells and Becky, you two are students, and Ector, you are like a part-time worker, all over the place type thing. How do you balance, YouTubing into your life? Do you reduce your social life? Take it when you can? Constant state of panic? I know you guys were laughing at that line.
Lol, social life.
I think I need to think about my response for a moment. Does someone else want to go first?
YouTube consumes me. Every it consumes you. Especially you're always thinking, well, if I go and do this, I could be doing that and making something better. Working on the channel, making a new graphic or something. And you end up kind of going and doing that instead of doing anything social wise. And then you're also in a constant state of panic that you don't have a video for tomorrow. You're planning ahead, trying to like make some videos. So I always feel like I'm always kind of in a constant state of panic to make sure that there's, content. Some of those Scarland videos take a long time to make. So I'm always kind of planning those ahead, weeks in advance. So yeah, there's not a lot of time outside of YouTube for really anything else.
You're always kind of thinking about it too. Like in the back of your brain, it's always like, that's kind of funny. Can I make a video about that?
And you stop doing some of the things you may have done before. Like I'm a painter, like I paint landscape paintings, or I'm a photographer, and I haven't done any of that in probably a year and a half because I'm just constantly working on content for YouTube or Twitch.
I think time management really, really helps, and finding ways to make the most of your time. Like right now, I'm sitting here recording this podcast. I'm also rendering one of the videos for tomorrow. It's rendering on my laptop right now, right here in front of me.
I just finished a graphic.
Yep, exactly. I'm also working on the thumbnails right now as we're doing this. So there's that aspect of it where you can kind of make the most of your time. But I have noticed that my social life has definitely gone down since I started doing YouTube. Part of that was I'm recently married, so maybe it was the wife. I don't know, but don't tell her I said that. Wells. Yeah, don't tell her I said that. I don't know. I think it was one of those things where I started YouTube at kind of a time in my life where I really needed to make some changes anyway, as far as like what friends I was hanging out with and things like that. So my social life has definitely gone down, but probably for the better. School is there. The military is still there for me. I'm putting 40 hours a week into my channel. So I definitely wish that there were more hours in the day, and I definitely kind of am in a constant state of panic. But time management really, really helps, and then just kind of accepting that certain sacrifices need to be made if you want to put a certain amount of hours and time into your channel. I think that's just kind of one of those things that you just have to accept. You can work around it, but if you have a goal of, making 2 videos every day, like I do, for example, I have to realize that means I might not be able to go out to the bar at night and get some drinks with the guys or whatever it may be.
Okay. Yeah, I always wonder about like people's time management skills. I've got a lot of friends that are like, YouTube is definitely their kind of like backseat thing that they do when they have free time. Though,
as somebody who didn't have a social life to start with, but I think I've been doing, like, personally for me, I've been doing YouTube so long at this, like, I did YouTube the entire time I was in high school, and now I'm in my first year of university, and I'm still doing it, albeit less than I used to, but I had some other issues around the time I was graduating university, which kind of I'm trying to go for 2 words at once, impacted the amount that I could actually make for videos. And obviously, university's not exactly the nicest person in the world for giving you free time to go work on stuff. So it's come down to, like, I think Ryan was saying, it comes down to the fact of, am I gonna go out today? Nope, gonna go do this video instead, because, I gotta go do that. And, like, for me, I have the benefit of I now live in an apartment by myself. So if I decide at 1 a.m. that sounds like pretty good time to record right now, could go record. I have very thick walls, FYI.
I'm jealous. My last apartment had paper-thin floors, actually. The walls were fine, but the floors were bad. So we'd be recording at 11, just playing something. Neighbor downstairs would, I don't know what he had, but it was like a giant metal box in his room, and he just started beating it with his fists.
Trust me, I have no idea how because, like, I'm not paying that much for the area I'm in. And, like, the first few weeks I was here, I was absolutely terrified that, like, when I was recording or streaming or whatever I was doing, that I was being too loud. But, like, as far as I can tell, my bed is right next to the apartment next door is, like, television, and I can barely hear it when I'm laying in bed. So It's like, I have maybe heard the person next door talking maybe once or twice ever.
Oh, you are so lucky.
So either that, or I'm extremely loud and everyone else is really quiet.
Okay.
I can literally hear everyone. I live in London and I live in a flat, and the noise is terrible. So I kind of have to. I generally work in the evening, so I can have the day to myself to do recording. But like once it gets to about 5 o'clock, I kind of have to stop because people will start coming back, and I can hear the stairs. So in several of my videos, like you can kind of vaguely hear some stomping. And that's just people going up and down the stairs and coming back, or just people hanging around, or sirens. So many sirens in London.
Yeah, I get a lot of sirens.
Yeah.
I guess as kind of part of that, do you guys do like batch recording and editing, like film 5 videos at once, or is it kind of like a one and done type thing?
I'm 100% batch. What about you guys?
I do some of both. I usually do batch recording, but it's not batch recording of the same game or series, because I have multiple different series going on at once. I think I said earlier I'm in 8 different series. So what I'll do is, if I'm batch recording, I'll record an episode of one, and then I'll look at my schedule and say, okay, the next video I need to record is this, and I'll go and record that, and then I'll record the one after that, and so on and so forth, until I've worked through 3 or 4 days worth of videos, which are all different games and series and whatnot.
Guys, Welsknight is basically me like 2 years ago.
And much cuter, right?
Yeah, definitely. Puberty was not nice to me.
I have pretty much a 1 to 2 video limit. Like Wells was talking about earlier about time management. I have a lot of energy management. If I push myself too far, I can get really sick. So it's kind of, what do I have today? How much energy do I have to work on this? So I kind of have to manage like what I'm going to do today and tomorrow. And if I have the energy to make that video. And so it's kind of have to manage that so I don't get sick and then not be able to make videos at all. So it's all kind of energy management that kind of keeps me at how many videos I make. Two is my absolute limit. Nothing any more than that. I usually feel it for the next couple of days and not able to really make any videos past that.
Now, is that specifically like the active recording, or is it like the building stuff too wipes you out?
It's talking. Talking is
Okay.
My diaphragm's very weak, so it's kind of hard to talk. So so that kind of wears me down. So that's what I manage the most is kind of like what I'm going to talk and then what time of day that I have free from different things to record within. Yeah, so it's all kind of managing, mainly talking.
Okay. Well, in that case, I'm sorry for having you on for an hour and 45
it's fine.
minutes
No,
here.
it's fine. No,
Okay.
I can manage I'm pretty used to this stuff. I can manage it now.
Okay. Good. Hate to have you get sick as a result of being a guest here.
I will not.
Okay.
No.
Good.
No, this has been a pleasure. Thank you so much for actually having me on. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah. All right. I guess we're getting to the end, seeing as, hour and a half is usually a good stopping point. Last thing I'd like to ask is, anything else you're looking forward to this year? Anything cool happening on your channels? Or games coming out that you want to cover?
I really want to go to Minecon, just because it's in London. So I really want to go. Yeah,
that's awesome.
I keep refreshing the Mojang site for any kind of information, but they're not releasing anything. But how can I not go when I don't have to pay for travel or anything?
Oh, you have to go. It's so close.
Well, I know exactly. Yeah, well, that's it. I'm like, I've got to go. It's not going to happen here again. So that's what I'm really quite excited for now.
Does the location change every year then, or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
They change countries generally, don't they?
Yeah, it's been in like Paris, Las Vegas. Now it's in London. Where was the last one? Oh, Orlando. That's where. Yeah.
I know that it wasn't in the Midwest because the Midwest in the United States gets so cheated when it comes to conferences. Like,
are you actually complaining about this right now?
Oh, okay. You're in Canada, so there's that. But I just find it funny that if I was anywhere else in the United States, I'd have conferences to go to. I don't know where are you in Canada, Becky? Are you in like the northeastern portion or like?
Okay, imagine a map of Canada right now. Okay. I'm in one of the little sticky Odie Islands towards the southeast.
Can you see penguins from your house?
No, I can see cars though, and an ambulance.
Excellent.
I know this is like wildly off topic, but have you ever been up to the Bay of Fundy?
I live by the Bay of Fundy.
Oh, well, there you go. Do you know is it, I don't remember if it's the 9 Island or the 5 Island Provincial Park.
I camped there last semester, or last summer. I went camping there.
Okay.
Discovered, don't like camping.
Have you ever been out walking on the mudflats or nah?
Yeah, I've definitely done that. That's like the most popular second grade field trip on the fucking planet.
Well, then I'm a second grader. Because every time I go up to Canada, that's where we go.
It's really fun. Actually, it is the sketchiest thing ever. Like, we went there because I live near the Bay of Fundy, so we go out to Bloomington Provincial Park reasonably often because it's the closest sort of nice-ish beach. And it is the most bit of geography history, highest tides in the world. Absolutely fucking terrifying. You're building like a little sandcastle and you're like, cool. The ocean's like a forever distance. Oh, cool. Finished my sandcastle. It's been like an hour and suddenly like, oh, look, it's water. That's creepy.
We were trying to do like a time lapse where we'd like walk a little bit, turn around and take a picture and kind of show the tide coming up. And then we realized tide's already here. We actually need to start booking it for the shore.
Well, this is extremely local. When we were camping up at 9 Islands or whatever night, we were doing a swimming technique that we called sharking, where you just basically swim around on your stomach, like your stomach just sort of like skims across the bottom of the water. But we were only probably out there about like 45 minutes maybe, and then we realized that our shoes were about to like get soaked, and our shoes were probably half a kilometer up the beach when we left. Because, we were being that classic teen girls, take your shoes off and go run towards the water.
Yep. Oh, man.
That doesn't work that well on a rock beach.
Yep. I always just bring, like, super...
location specific.
Yeah, I always bring super terrible shoes to there.
Mm-hmm.
For that reason. Okay. I guess anybody else?
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this year. Gameplay wise, just my channel in particular has started a new creative house building series. People like that, and that's a really good way of gaining new subscribers. Those are really well. They're good. They're well. Like the way I build them, I'll do an episode for each room. And so if somebody's searching for a particular way to build like a kitchen, a living room, things like that, they can find that particular video and watch that. Those are some of the better like channel growth videos. Besides that, there's Battlefront 3 is coming out this year.
Oh, yeah.
Which I'm so excited for. I played that on the PS2, both titles. I guess, and what's the other game? Well, heists are coming for GTA soon. But other than that, Battlefront 3 and going to possibly E3 and PAX West or PAX Prime again, and then maybe TwitchCon. So those are some of the things I'm really looking forward to doing again this year.
Okay. Wells?
I'm just looking forward to just kind of seeing how this thing goes. I mean, I've been at YouTube for 6 months, and as I said in the very beginning, I just hit 1,000, and I'm interested to see how far I can get over the course of 2015. I'm sure I'll keep doing Minecraft. I'm sure I'll keep doing indie games and, rotating things and trying new things and meeting new people and all that fun stuff that I've been doing for the last, 6 months. But I'm just really excited to see how far 2015 can take myself and the audience that I've built up over the last 6 months.
Okay.
To infinity and beyond.
None of you guys are going to PAX East. All right. I get it.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I'd love to.
They shouldn't put PAX East during the school year.
Yeah.
That's their mistake.
Yeah, that would make sense. God, I hated having to go to conventions in the middle of the school year. It's like, all right, so this entire weekend is dead. Homework. Shit.
Yeah.
Are you going?
Oh, yeah.
To PAX East?
Yeah,
Oh, nice.
I live like 20 miles from there, so it's like, all right, I can just
Oh, wow.
hop on a bus. Yes. It is super nice.
Yeah. I live about 2 hours from Seattle, so PAX Prime is pretty close to me. It's yeah, I didn't have that great of an experience, so I kind of want to go again to see if I can have a little bit better experience. I got like trapped in an elevator for about 4 hours.
No.
Not four, but it was 2 hours. Two.
Okay.
2 hours stuck in there.
Wow.
And security was so like, they like you'd think they would be like a little nicer. Yeah, so I want to have a better experience going there.
It was like the elevator malfunction with like you and a couple other people in there, or
no, they what happened was the overflow parking garage. They decided to lock that elevator, and then we were trapped on the floor that we were on going in, and we got trapped on it going out because I couldn't take the stairs, so I was kind of stuck on the level, and I couldn't go up to the next level. Because like the cars were constantly going through there and it was really skinny, and then security had to like go and like unlock the door, like the elevator, because the button was broken, so they had to open it, and it was a complete disaster.
Wow, that just sounds awful.
Yeah, I didn't go the next day. I was just like, no thanks.
You'd think they'd be a little bit more in a rush of getting people out of an elevator.
It's a guy that had he got his leg broken in like 5 places in the war, and he's like, I know what this feels like. I will fix this for you. He fixed it. He was able to get the doors open and all that stuff. But it just takes somebody who kind of cares once in a while.
Yep.
Get something done.
Let's see. I guess that's pretty much it. Unless you guys had any other.
Ector.
Oh yeah. Well, Ector said Minecon.
Yeah, Minecon's my biggest one.
Yeah, he
feels this. So jealous of that.
That's
the number one.
That one first.
Well, I might not get tickets though. That's a genuine worry. If it's in the city I live and I can't actually go to it, I'm quite worried about that.
Just go stand outside like the doors and be like, "Hey, can I buy your ticket? Can I buy your ticket.
Yeah.
Those guys are outside of PAX all the time.
Yeah.
The scalpers, those guys were great.
I bought my tickets within 10 minutes of the PAX East sign-up opening, and it was like, all right, they don't even have 3-day passes anymore. This is ridiculous.
That's dumb.
Yeah, no, gaming conventions are expensive and like hard to get into. Though I think like the larger you are as a YouTuber, the more likely you can get like a press pass.
That makes sense.
Yeah, they're opportunities. Yeah, well, yeah. I think the press is 40,000 for PAX for a pass. I think that's it. I got mine through my network, but yeah, I think it's 40 for a press for YouTube. A YouTuber at 40,000, and then you can get a press pass, which will get you in an hour before the doors open, which is huge. Because when that crowd comes in, it's all over to try to like get around. But yeah, it's 40.
At first I was like $40,000 for 40,000 subscribers.
No, I'm sorry. I apologize.
Yeah.
40,000 subscribers.
So it's $40,000. Oh, I totally went $40,000, and I was like, "That's a lot of money." And then, like mentally in my head, it's like, "No, I guess you get in like way before everybody else."
That is some
40,000 to get stuck in an elevator. No, 40,000. I think that's the thing. I remember just looking last year, and that's what it was.
All right,
nice.
Well, I haven't got to say what I'm excited for.
Oh yeah.
I just keep interrupting everybody else.
That's cool. Go for it.
I just recently started streaming again, and that has been pretty fun. I got a whole 1 day, and I'll probably be doing it tomorrow, which is pretty fun. I can definitely see why a lot of YouTubers are choosing to do streams and then stream highlights sort of as their video content, because it's really fun being able to like talk to people while you're making the videos. And my sister and I are hoping to head down to RTX this summer, which is a gaming convention that's hosted by Rooster Teeth, sorry, that my sister and I are both fans of, and it's a smaller gaming convention.
I would love to go to RTX.
We're really excited. Well, it was between that and PAX Prime, which were essentially the same price in the same weekend, basically. And originally we were going to do PAX Prime, and then I found out when RTX was, and then we were like, well, might as well do RTX. So we're going to do that.
I would recommend that. If it's smaller, that's...
You'll probably
PAX
get the
Prime
better experience.
You'll get a much better experience.
Especially as like it's going to be both of our first like cons. So
yeah,
because Eastern Canada.
PAX Prime was an eye opener for me. Like E3 was pretty, like it was crowded, but it was calm. Like everybody was kind of business like. But PAX Prime was wild. Everybody's just everywhere. And just, yeah. So, that's a good choice to get started with.
Pretty excited for that. And eventually there should be some more videos for my channel coming out. I've been trying to sort of like get back into the Minecraft, if that makes any sense. But like I said earlier, I'm trying to find new people to collaborate with on a more regular basis, since essentially I lost the group of people that I started with, which I think is hard for any YouTuber if they collaborate with like the same, like say 6 people, and then suddenly it's like none of them are available anymore. It's like, well, now what do I do?
I'm all alone now.
That happened to me with my brother, so that's why I kind of shied away from it for so long.
Exactly. Yep. Well, same thing with my sister, right?
Yep.
It was always my go-to. I'll just record with Megan and it'll be fine, right? And then it's like, that's not an option.
And where did the series go? Everybody in the comments, where did it go? And you're like, he moved. It's gone.
It's kind of hard. Like, I had to set up everything for her when we recorded at home, and now I don't live with her, so that's not happening.
Yep. I know that one. I'll probably set up a podcast related to collaborations at some point or something. I don't know. That'd be interesting. But I guess the last thing I'm going to say, kind of unrelated to you guys, but for anybody listening to this, watching this, we are going to be doing our Let's Play meetup at PAX East. So if you're listening to this and you want to go that, keep an eye out for, I guess, next week's podcast, because I'm probably going to talk a little bit more about that directly, except for that's going to be like coming out during PAX. I might have it come out a day before, actually. But I'll talk about that in a little bit more detail. And Also, there's going to be a post on our Let's Play about when and where and what, as I figure out more details, because I think they only just released the schedule for that one. But so for those of you listening, keep an eye out for that. And that's open to fans and like YouTubers alike. And then we can figure out more close-knit stuff as we go along. But apart from that, I guess, where can I find you guys? Let's go down the list. Wells, Twitter, YouTube, that kind of thing?
Let's see. You can find... Excuse me.
Surprise!
Let me search for that.
You can find me on Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. And YouTube, obviously. YouTube is Welsknight Gaming. Twitter is Welsknight Plays, Facebook is Welsknight Gaming, and Twitch is Welsknight. And then you can also find me in various dark corners of the internet, like random gaming forums, various subreddits, etc., etc.
Okay. Becky?
You can find me on YouTube at youtube.com/BeckyMegan, and on Twitter and Twitch as BeckyMeganYT. And I am reasonably active over on the Let's Play subreddit, where I am mildly annoyed most of the time because I'm doing it in class and I really shouldn't be, but whatever. And I'm also pretty frequently posting on the Rooster Teeth subreddit in case anybody ever cares to hear my opinion on that kind of stuff.
I ain't judging you.
It's great.
I guess Ector?
I am EctorVynk on most kind of things. So on YouTube, on Reddit, on Twitter. I've got a Twitch account, but I haven't started using it yet. I'm also on SoundCloud as well, because I sometimes make some kind of like background music for my videos on my guitar. And I've got a couple of tracks on SoundCloud as well, but nothing major yet. But yeah, EctorVynk.
On every single one of them?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's great branding all the way across.
Yeah. Well, I made sure.
And then Scar?
You can find me at GoodTimesWithScar on YouTube and Twitch. Let's see, GoodTimesWithScar on Facebook and Instagram, and then on Twitter it's GTWScar. Just a couple too many characters. And then if you ever see me on the PSN, it's Good Time with Scar, or on Minecraft servers, it's Good Time with Scar. Only one good time per game. So that's where you can find me.
All right. And of course, all of these things are going to be in the YouTube description. If you're listening to this podcast-wise, I have no idea how I'm going to get that working. But yeah, that's it. Thanks for you guys for joining me tonight. You guys were the politest group I've ever worked with. First one was yelling. Second one was just talking over each other. Third one was, well, two guys talking the entire time, but it was an interview more than anything. And you guys were extremely polite, which is awesome. It was probably the most organized podcast I've done yet. I guess with that, well, thanks for joining me. Thank you so much.
Thank you for the offer. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, thank you.
Anytime.
Very easy to organize.
Anytime.
Yeah, now everybody's talking over each other. Whatever. Who cares?
I must have the last word.
All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Thanks for watching.
Bye-bye.
All right. That was awesome. Thanks, guys.
No, that was fun.
Thank you.
That was fun.
Okay. Here's where I find out that I've been streaming this entire thing, and my entire stream audience is just super confused.